This is Big Rich from Ohio Fish Rescue. You guys should check out Jack and Dan on YouTube. Amazing channel. Check it out.
Hey everybody, it's Jack and Dan, and we're finally doing an update on the Aqua-Cave.
Yes, the Aqua-Cave. Just kind of wanted to show people what it's like. And as you can see, it doesn't really cloud up or build up humidity, even though we have this outside air coming in, because it's surrounded by warm water since the tank is heated. So since it's surrounded by water inside and out, it doesn't fog up really. So he can see through it and we can see through it. And that's the whole point of the Aqua-Cave. It's really, really cool. And you love it, don't you, buddy? Alright, buddy, so why would anyone want to build an Aqua-Cave tank like this?
So that the turtles can coexist with the fish while going underwater but still being able to have a habitat and breathe.
Right, yeah, so the reason we made this Aqua-Cave the way we did is so our turtle, or turtles if you have more of them, could kind of hang out in this awesome little cave here without taking away from all the volume of the tank, so the fish could still swim. So the turtle has room to swim, the fish have room to swim, but he still has an awesome little area he can go in. Now because we're in here, and because we're filming, and because we have the lights on, I'm going to hit this big light off so you can see a little bit less glare. He of course is out and about because he wants to be fed, but I do have some footage from when before we fed him and also after we feed him. He actually goes right up in there, he swims right up in there, goes on his raft, and it just kind of free floats back and forth. And we have numerous videos about how we built this. It's really pretty simple. We took a small little tank, we turned it upside down, we drilled a hole here, and we drilled a hole here, you know, so that the air could escape. And we just have an air stone underneath the lava rock here, and it goes up in here. So if he goes in there to sleep or hang out or just dry out or whatever, he gets a constant supply of air, and he can hang out in there as long as he wants, and it just bubbles out, as you can see it just did, out of that hole. Now the reason that we have glass on top is because that air pushes up and it causes it to float. So you have to put some glass on top. The reason we use glass is so the light can come through. You can see that raft and that Aqua-Cave is very well lit up, and if you don't use glass, the light's not going to come through. So that's why we use glass. We recently got these 3 big sheets of glass from a shelving company, and as you can see, they fit almost exactly the same measurements as the tank, the Aqua-Cave. And so that is, again, not to take away any room. They weigh 10 pounds each, it's 30 pounds. We still have some of our smaller pieces of glass here to continue to hold it down. It takes about 50 or more pounds to hold that little bit of air down, believe it or not. But that's just part of having it. Now we did leave 2 of the plants here. I'm going to turn the light back on just so you can see. We did leave 2 of the bamboo plants in the middle because we had all these bamboo plants over here on the side coming out of these goldfish bowls, and they looked really cool, but the middle was kind of opened up. And even though we have this awesome little fish sculpture, Miranda actually got that from her mother, and it's really cool, and we think it matches really well. But we kind of left the 2 pieces of bamboo on the middle because they didn't take up a lot of room, and it still kind of fills up the top there. Looks really good, doesn't it, kiddo? Yeah. All that green. And we've already had to trim all this bamboo once from the top because it's growing. But yeah, that bamboo goes down in here. The reason that we put it in the goldfish bowls is we have these under gravel lights here where the little fish like to hang out. You can see there's some of the little bristlenose plecos in there and the rope fish in there. And we are going to be doing a whole separate video just on the lights of this tank. Some of the under gravel lights and some of the things we do. But the reason that we put these guys in goldfish bowls, if we want to change those or do anything like that, we can just take them out, and we're not going to disturb anything that's going on here with the gravel of the lights. We can take them out, we can change them, we can rearrange them, and then basically just put them back in. And we can also take that out and clean it or do whatever else without disturbing the under gravel lights or the gravel, lava rock, or anything like that. So we're going to be doing a follow-up video in about a week about the whole lighting system and all the lights that we do here. And then I'm going to turn this back off so you can see really well. And then we're also going to do a follow-up video with a feed where we throw the food in here and you can see them all eat and hang out together. But this is a 220-gallon tank. The Aqua-Cave in the middle is a 12-gallon. We got that from Aquamax. I think it was about 75, 85 bucks delivered, taxes and everything. Not bad. And we had a glass company around us named DK Glass make us some of this other glass that we could hold it up with. And again, the reason we use glass is so light would go through it. And we're going to do a whole video on that. But we have these awesome parrotfish that we've had for quite a few years now. Jack raised, this is his turtle, Ayastigi. We named him. He has a Cherokee name for warrior, since we're part Cherokee. Oh, he got a big blast of bubbles there. And you raised him. He's about 2.5, 3 years old now, right, kiddo?
Yeah.
Raised him from a baby in your tanks. And then we have a big old common pleco. We have 2 beautiful leopard plecos. And we have videos on those guys. We have some wonderful electric blue cichlids. We have these beautiful ropefish. About 5 or 6 of those running around here at any given time. And they go down in there in the little crevices. And they love kind of going down into the lava rock. And sometimes they disappear for a couple days and come back up. Of course, we have this massive family of clown loaches. And they're always hanging out. Always liked clown loaches. I had about 5 or 6 in here, and then Jack had about 5 or 6 in his tank, and we recently just consolidated all of them because they were kind of picking on his little baby turtles. He's got some baby soft-shell turtles, and they were picking on those guys quite a bit and getting a little brutal, so we put them in here in the big tank.
How many are roughly?
I think now there's about 12 of them or something in here, and of course there's the big mama back here. If she'll let me videotape her, usually she takes off. She's a little timid. She's kind of a rescue. We got her from someone who had her in a tank that she probably shouldn't have belonged in. She was with some really big cichlids and just basically hiding in the corner the whole time. She's starting to open up and kind of take the role of being the bigger alpha here and letting a lot of these little guys hang out with her and getting a little less skittish. So, and of course, Jack's favorite, the upside down Synodontis cat, kind of hangs out by the heater, but comes out, of course, when we feed. And there's probably one of my favorites is this smaller leopard pleco. Really like that one. We have some golden gouramis here, which we're probably going to be transferring over to Jack's tank. Love our golden gouramis. Usually when the lights turn on and we come in the room, he's like, yeah, it just depends on how hungry he is. He's thinking about it. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he'll just hop off, go right out the back or out the front, and then he'll come right up front here with the rest of these guys and get ready to eat. So we're going to show you here. Yeah, there he is, see? He's like, hey, dude.